friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reading one of my favorite books from my childhood called Amelia Bedelia by Peggy Parish. Amelia is crazy and she takes things quite literally, but she also has some winning attributes. So you'll find out as you read the story about her adventures. If you're new to my channel, I like to read children's books and other books, but right now it's primarily children's books. And if you have little ones or you yourself just want to hear some children's books, turn me on and take a listen. It's only short, and if you like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel to hear more and the latest videos. I always put them out Monday through Friday, unless something unforeseen happens. And I hope you'll stick around and find out and listen to more stories. Reading's good. So, Amelia Bedelia by Peggy Parish. Oh, Amelia Bedelia, your first day of work. I can't be here, but I made a list for you, and you do just what the list said Mrs. Rogers. And Mrs. Rogers got into the car with Mr. Rogers, and they drove away. So there they go, and there's Amelia Bedelia, and look at their nice big Victorian-style house. So let's see what's on the list for Amelia Bedelia to do. My, what nice folks. I'm going to like working here, said Amelia Bedelia. Oh, there's her list of things to do. So, what is she going to be asked to do? Amelia Bedelia went inside. Such a grand house. These must be rich folks. But I must get to work. Why am I standing here just looking? And me with a whole list of things to do. Amelia Bedelia stood there 1 minute longer. I think I'll make a surprise for them. I'll make a lemon meringue pie. I do make good pies. Look at the grand staircase and look at her list. Goodness. And I'm making lemon meringue pie. Sounds delicious to me. I love lemon. So Amelia Bedelia went into the kitchen and she put a little of this and a pinch of that into a bowl and mixed and rolled. There she is getting to work, making the lemon meringue pie. Soon her pie was ready to go into the oven. There, said Amelia, that's done. Look at all of her stuff and off to the oven with her pie. Now let's see what the list says, Amelia Bedelia read, change the towels in the green room. Amelia Bedelia found the green bathroom. Those towels are very nice. Why do you want to change them, she thought. What do you think she's going to do to change the towels? Then Amelia Bedelia remembered what Mrs. Rogers had said. She must do just what the list told her. And Amelia Bedelia got some scissors. And she snipped a little here and a little there, and she changed those towels. Amelia, what are you up to? There, said Amelia Bedelia, and she looked at her list again. Dust the furniture. Did you ever hear of such a silly thing? At my house, we undust the furniture. But to each his own way, and Amelia Bedelia took one last look at the bathroom and saw a big box with the words dusting powder on it. Goodness, what is Amelia Bedelia up to? Well, look at that, a special powder to dust with, exclaimed Amelia Bedelia. So Amelia Bedelia dusted the furniture. That should be nice and dusty enough. My, how nice it smells. Look at her, even standing on the couch to dust. Silly Amelia. So, draw the drapes when the sun comes in, read Amelia Bedelia, and she looked up, and the sun was coming in. Amelia Bedelia looked at the list again. Draw the drapes. That's what it says. I'm not much at a hand at drawing, but I'll try. Oops, forgot to show you the picture. There she is with the drapes and her list. So now, Amelia sat right down and drew those drapes. Look at, she's drawn a picture of them. Silly Amelia. Amelia Bedelia marked off about the drapes. Now what? Put the lights out when you finish in the living room. Amelia Bedelia thought about this a minute. She switched off the lights. Then she carefully unscrewed each bulb. Amelia Bedelia put the lights out. So those things need to be aired out too, just like pillows and babies. I do have a lot to learn. And look what she did. She put them on a clothesline. Silly Amelia. My pie, exclaimed Amelia Bedelia, and she hurried to the kitchen. Just right, she said. She took the pie to the oven and put it on the table to cool. Then she looked at the list again. That's quite the list so far, isn't it? Measure 2 cups of rice. That's next, said Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia found 2 cups, and she filled them with rice. And Amelia Bedelia measured the rice. Amelia Bedelia is pretty literal. Amelia Bedelia laughed. These folks do want me to do funny things, and then she poured the rice back into the container. So she measured it and put it back. The meat market will deliver a steak and a chicken. Please trim the fat before you put the chicken in the icebox. And please dress the chicken. When the meat arrived, Amelia Bedelia opened the bag and she looked at the steak for a long time. Yes, she said, that will do nicely. So there's the chicken and there's the steak. And what do you think she's going to do with that? Trim the fat before you put the steak in the icebox. And please dress the chicken. Amelia Bedelia got some lace and bits of ribbon, and Amelia Bedelia trimmed the fat before she put the steak in the icebox. Amelia, what are you doing? Now I must dress the chicken. I wonder if she wants it's a he chicken or a she chicken, said Amelia Bedelia. And Amelia Bedelia went right to work, and soon the chicken was finished. I do believe she's dressing the chicken. Amelia Bedelia heard the door open. The folks are back, she said, and she rushed out to meet them. There's Mr. and Mrs. Rogers. What do you think they'll have to say about Amelia Bedelia in the list? Amelia Bedelia, why are all those light bulbs outside? Asked Mr. Rogers. The list said just to put the lights out. It didn't say to bring them back in. I do hope I didn't air them too long. Amelia Bedelia, the sun will fade the furniture. I asked you to draw the drapes, said Mrs. Rogers. I did. See, said Amelia Bedelia, and she held up her picture. There's her picture of the drapes that she drew. Mr. Rogers went to wash his hands. I say, he called, these are unusual towels. Mrs. Rogers dashed into the bathroom. My best towels! Didn't I change them enough? Asked Amelia Bedelia. Goodness, she made it into a face. Crazy. Mrs. Rogers went to the kitchen. I'll cook the dinner. Where's the rice? I asked you to measure. I put it back in the container, but I remember it measured 4½ inches, said Amelia Bedelia. Was the meat delivered? Asked Mrs. Rogers. Yes, said Amelia Bedelia, and I trimmed the fat just like you said, and it does look nice. Mrs. Rogers rushed to the icebox and she opened it up. Lace! Ribbons! Oh dear, said Mrs. Rogers. So look at that. She trimmed the steak and made it all pretty. The chicken. You dressed the chicken? Asked Mrs. Rogers. Yes, I found the nicest box to put him in, said Amelia Bedelia. Box! Exclaimed Mrs. Rogers. She hurried over to the box and lifted the lid, and there lay the chicken, as dressed as he could be. He even got little socks. Crazy Amelia Bedelia. Turn the next page here. Mrs. Rogers was angry. She was very angry. She opened her mouth. Mrs. Rogers meant to tell Amelia Bedelia she was fired, but before she could get the words out, Mr. Rogers put something in her mouth. And it was so good, Mrs. Rogers forgot about being angry. Looks like Amelia's lemon meringue pie. Lemon meringue pie, she exclaimed. I made it to surprise you, said Amelia Bedelia happily. So right then and there, Mr. and Mrs. Rogers decided that Amelia Bedelia must stay. And so she did. And Mrs. Rogers learned to say stuff like undust the furniture, unlight the lights, close the drapes, and things like that. And Mr. Rogers didn't care if Amelia Bedelia trimmed all the steaks with lace. Look at them all having some pie. Makes me want to have a lemon meringue pie. All he cared about was having her there to make lemon meringue pie. So there she is making more pie. I would agree. Lemon meringue pie would be wonderful, and I would take some right now. Well, thank you for enjoying my story, and next week we'll see what else comes along for books to read, and I hope you come back and join me. Until then, have a great day.